So this is called I Am an Animal. That's why I wore this today. I told him, this is my favorite dress in 1995. And I kept it. I kept very few, but this is my favorite one. I am an animal. Sometimes I forget I'm an animal, tamed too often by a man-made world, confined by constructs created in minds that forgot who we are. Egos handed hammers and nails can only build big, then bigger, then biggest until huge becomes humorous to my humorous. And she just wants to leave. I used to think my desire to flee was wrong. Still, I fantasized. How could I leave with the goodness of life sitting on my shoulder? My runaway would carry buckets of guilt, a familiar flock of should monsters demanding me to reason their way, shaming me into the corner of who the hell do I think I am? I know who I am, what I am, and it is not this thing I watch play out on screens made to suck us in. Our Earth's fury heats up. Our sun watches as western skies burn and says, thanks, guys, knowing his inheritance is a life on a suffering planet divided by clashing beliefs. People argue as if the mean thing they say is true because so many mean things keep getting said until mean merges with other meaningless unbelievables that grow into new norms. We shake our heads, turn our heads, and ignore this insanity over and over again, sometimes for the sake of our own sanity. Young Simba, heir in Disney's Lion King, was fed a feast of fool's folly by evil and believed he had done the worst thing. He hadn't. Driven away so hard he tried to be who he wasn't, until in a dream he heard his father, Mufasa, say, Simba, remember who you are. The hearts of the world he'd left now lived in a parched land, scorched by the breath of ego. Once dishonor displaced honor, they were left without hope. It was really not away that I want to run. It was toward the truth of my tale. I'd been tamed by too many words, outside wisdom, should'ves and shouldn'ts, would'ves and wouldn'ts, until I was spun into fool's gold, believing this is it. Like Simba, there was a moment when what haunted was silenced, no longer stalked by voices not my own. I remember I am an animal, and rediscover that inside the wilds of my being is a truth that sets me free and a keen intuition eager to show me the way forward.